Show tó bá wà o ẹnu ṣe wà rí sí o show wà. Timmy, hope you're all fine. Good evening, good morning. Let me shade because I'm back. We're back now on another program. Um, for the wife of Ooni of Ife, our beautiful, elegant, fashionista queen. Yes, help me to share it because it's all about the fashionista queen. You know, so she went to TVC today to grant them an interview, which I don't think is an interview. It's more of a chat because it's too like so it wasn't a prepared one. It's a chat, really, just a chat in TVC. TVC babes, they're always bringing out our ladies to speak out, and I believe they brought her out to speak out and get some information of her, which she did. June, thank you, Jerry. Please help me to be, putting comments on this. Put comments, put emojis, be active when you come on this program. Please help me and help me to share. I beg you now. Why? I'm so selfish in sharing. Sharing is for you all. Share. Anyways, shower. Okay, everybody. Hey, so Queen Wa jáde tán lénìí. Yeah, we remember the eras of Naomi and the other queen that was there before Naomi. Wura, they do go out, dance interviews and all that. But today we saw our beautiful Olori. Honestly, I have a name I call her, but I'm not going to call her that name here because people will think it's a funny one. Anyway, honestly, it's a funny one. I call her a name. She's very funny. The way she talks, this our queen. The way she talks like yeah, she's the second queen to be invited to TVC. I think it was Ronke that went first. Isn't it? Bumidiya, who was the first one that went? Was it Ronke? Adem Muluyi or so. And I think she went, the other one went there to promote the culture or something. But I want to believe it was Ronke that went there. I'm not too sure. Don't let me. So she went in there today, but there are some things that has been picked out from this interview. And people have been sending messages to me to ask me about my opinion about that. And I said, I don't know anything, anything about tradition, anything about values of our culture and everything. I try as much as possible to be careful of what I say. And because Ooni of Ife is a first-class king, a respected monarch, and all is always present and past, we cannot talk down on them. Present and past. So there are some things that they've picked out of this interview. One of it is the one she talked about how they met. There has been speculations about how our king Ooni of Ife, Ọba wa Kábíyèsí, kádé pẹ́ lórí, kí bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, kí ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ kó pẹ́ ní ọwọ́, kó di òkèlè. That they are always introducing ladies to, yes, Bumidiya. You are correct, ma. The first is Queen Ronke. God bless you. She went as a cultural ambassador. God bless you. So I can remember that she went there to talk about the culture of what Moremi was all about or something. So this one, like I do tell you, I love all our queens. God bless the king. God bless all our queens in Yoruba land. So that she talked about how they met. And like I said, there's always been something people have been saying about the king, how he meets his queens. Even to the extent of how he met Wura while Wura was there. Even before Wura's marriage to Kabiyesi, we remember that there was a big rumor, a big liquor out from a friend, a perceived friend, as at that time, maybe 2 days to the wedding, that, you know, where was, this was, anyway, that's past because she's gone, she's happily married elsewhere with a child. So we're not going to be talking about Wura or whoever that is gone. So, like, there is always this thing that somebody introduced somebody to the king, it was the sisters that brought somebody to the king, and wọn náà gbóyàwó wá fún kábíyèsí ní one thing, wọn ní ayọ̀kan ló introduce the kábíyèsí sẹ́yìn kan kíníkan. And when our queen came in today, you know, normally I shall expect kí kábíyèsí àmàkùn lọ máa toast gbogbo obìnrin kiri. We don't expect our handsome, tall, you know, I wish you can see the way I'm just, you know, showing myself. Well, I'm tired tonight. You can't see my face tonight. Anyway, if you know, we wouldn't expect our king to be going about toasting babes all about. But there is this this lady now said, this queen, then let me refer to her as a lady. She's a queen. She's a lady, but she's our queen. So the respected way to address a queen is to say, Your Highness, Abby. Your Highness, our Highness, Queen Tobi talked about how she met the king, how she was introduced to the king. And the way she said it was like, that time, like, it was out of desperation. Gets me? The way she narrated it was like out of desperation, that like, as at that time, you will listen to it yourself. So I'm just analyzing it the way they sent it to me. That look, she said it as if it was out of desperation. She got married to the king. And then the second thing she said was, they asked her if she cooks for the king, and she was like, no, I don't cook for the king. He has a chef. More like if the king he has a chef. You know. So they've raised that as a queen. You don't come out to tell us who cooks for the king. We don't want to know. They will ask you a question like, do you how does he like your food? And you're like, of course he eats my, even if, you know. So I've you know, said something about that when they sent that to me, that like maybe she was just being truthful. She was being truthful. And do not forget the fact that she just came in 2 weeks ago. Since they got married to her about a month or 2 months ago, she has never been to the palace. And you remember, Sherry got him answer nipa rumor. How does the rumor start? How does the rumor start? How does the rumor started? How does there's this song. I wanted to sing a song, but I'm very bad at singing a song. So this rumor was like, there was a rumor that, you know, she had a fight with Olori Ashley. They had a beating. They beat themselves. Believe me, this lady, you know, has just been to the palace 2 weeks ago. Since they got married to her in Lagos or wherever her hometown is, kò dé palace re. Láti ìgbà tó ti ṣe wedding fún. So Oshe step into the palace ni. So mo tún go back to that rumor tí wọ́n gbé ńgbà yẹn that I came out to debunk later, because it was just one stupid rumor that I didn't want to talk about, but later I just said, let me talk about it. And then just to confirm to you that this lady, Adeyinka, you said you want to join me on my program. Do you want to join me on my program? I just want to be sure. Or it was just one of those mistakes. Anyways, so she never, ever stepped on that, into that palace until 2 weeks ago, until that 2 weeks ago when she had the party. You can see the way she was dancing and she kissed the king, you know. So that was the first time Olori Tobi Philips stepped into the palace. So for you, people that are saying Gbasgbos in the palace, like I said, there was no Gbasgbos. We must not take Gbasgbos. We don't pray Gbasgbos one. But we let's see Gbasgbos because everyone more leru, it will farm more ni, it will farm. So consider ni I feel like I said. Rumor mongers, please step aside. This lady has never been to the palace. She just went last 2 weeks. Now, she confirmed that here in this interview or in this chat, where she told them, the ladies on the TVC, that, you know, she has never, you know, been to the palace since she got married. 2 weeks ago, she got to the palace. And she said, like, when they were complaining, like, how can she say she has never cooked for the king? Remember, she's just coming in, you know, freshly. So we can still permit her on that aspect that, like, of course, she will have something to say, but the truth is she's just there. Of recent, she has never been there. Now, the third one they picked out was them asking her about if Kabiyesi decides to marry other wives. And the way she answered was like, it's as if they pushed something out of her, that they brought out the beast in her. Sorry to use that word. You know, that was what somebody sent to me. That she answered that politely, but in a way that you know that she's not into polygamy. But unfortunately, she got into it because she has no choice. And people now said, if you remember her old videos, you will know that she doesn't really like polygamy, but otilele. Do you understand? But seeing this beautiful queen, this beautiful young girl, she doesn't look like Entolele. Please help me to share. Help me to comment. I just want to see your emojis. I want to see your comments. Let me know people are watching me. Just say hi, hello, hi, love you, I just care. You are doing your amebo well. You know. So, I just want us to listen to her. And then you will know where I am coming from. And then for this Morayo Brown, me and you will fight, will wear chocolate corner. Did you just say my king had baggage and she came in as a baggage? You don't get baggage. This Morayo, your mouth, eh? Anyway, that's on a lighter note. Morayo asked a question that, you know, knowing fully well, hey, JT, you are not getting notification. God Almighty will help us. Ó ti sú èmi náà, mi mọ nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi. Mi mọ tó jẹ́ ká rí notification. Ẹ ṣá máa bá mi comment. Tẹ́ bá ti wà lórí line, ẹ bá mi share, ẹ bá mi comment, because once you share, others that have not seen notification will be able to see it. And then when you comment, I will know you're online with me. When you give your emojis, like, love, and buy us stars, I will know you are watching. Even if you don't buy me stars, just comment, let me know that you're here, or send emojis, react to everything I say. All the amebo I do, react to it. So, like I was saying, so knowing fully well that our Kabiyesi, we know that is into so many, even said it in that. Thank you for the emojis. I can see them coming up. We know that he has said it even, you know, 2 days ago, or how many days ago when he was doing the Moremi show or whatever. He said it that, I think poto. I beg boy ni. Baba mini I think poto, meaning that they are coming for real. Like I said, it's got mission for them. Not mission to destroy them or mission to get money out of them, but mission to grow the economy of Ife, to grow the Ife itself, to empower people, to help those in the community. And how can he do it? He cannot do it alone, according to him. He needs people, he needs oloyes, he needs ayabas, he needs wives, he needs gbogbo wọn ló dẹ̀ níṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe. Mo ti sọ gbogbo wọn ló níṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe. Wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ àǹtí tó jókòó yìí, àǹtí tó fine yìí, tó máa sọ wọ́n béèrè question gan lẹ́wọ̀n kó bá lè fẹ́ tún ìlú Ifẹ̀ ṣe. Ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ wọ́n ní fashion làwọn máa gbé wọ Ifẹ̀. Mo ti sọ fún mi gbogbo wọn ló ní iṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe. Let's watch and then you will understand what the questions that people sent to me, you know, their criticism about our answers, why they criticize the answers, and what your own views are on that. What do you think? Do you think she you know, she answered, you know, politely and objectively, you know, she didn't want to lie about who she is? Or do you think she should have, you know, prepared herself for these questions, as I feel these questions met her like? So anyway, let's listen to àǹtí wa arẹwà tán àǹtí fine ìyàwó wa fine kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn wọ́ọ̀dù nìyẹn wọ́n ti ń gbé máa rotate kó rotate kọ́lápàlà ẹ ṣàyà mi rí kí ló dé kí mo ṣe tó ń rotate ayé má nìka o ìtàn ayé ẹ fẹ́ ká ṣe ni irọ́ ni kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ náà tí mo ti ń wò látẹ̀kàn okay.
On the roof like this, you don't help us once. I didn't ask the question.
How can you not spot you fine girl like you?
I mean, wait, was it that you went to club, you met him, or you went to a party, you went to...
mo ti tàn mí ọ̀pọ̀ ilé.
How do you see fine girl like you? And the kind of...
Like I hadn't even been to a club in like 7-8 years.
Okay. That was just a joke.
Like it's not my thing.
How did you meet your husband?
So Murayo asked her a question here. This is how it started.
Spots you like, how beautiful is that? That was his hand.
On the roof like this, you don't help us once. I didn't ask the question. How can you not spot you fine girl like you?
I mean, wait, was it that you went to a club, you met him, or you went to a party, you met somebody with... I mean, I'm wondering, how do you see fine girl like you? And the kind of people he's been gathering, they are very fine people. How did you find love?
Number one, Murayo, Alomato, 1 minute. You are saying gathering.
Life is
How
for
dare
living.
you tell me that my
do
king has been
anything that you
gathering
wanna-
women? Are they properties that you are gathering? Don't say that again, Murayo. Me and you will fight too. Gathering, báwo. Or the ladies that he has been collating. Okay, collating, no people call on Johnny. Okay, the ladies that he has been, having relationship with will have been better, but I don't know. Maybe she knows what she's only a joker.
Like I hadn't even been to a club in like 7-8 years.
Okay. That was just a joke.
Like it's not my thing.
How did you meet your husband?
But remember, income
Ayé mà nìkà, kí ni mo tún ṣe báyìí?
Praying God, I want to get
Progress
married.
kí ló dé? Mi ò fẹ́ lọ.
And somebody just called me one day.
How did you meet
"You wanna
your
get married?"
husband? That's the
I was
first
like,
one they
"What
asked her. Sorry, my darling.
And a king spots you like, as beautiful as that. That was his hand.
On
On
the
roof like this, you don't help us once. I didn't ask the question.
How can you not spot you fine girl like you?
I mean, wait, was it that you went to a club, you met him, or you went to a party, you met somebody with... I mean, I'm wondering, how do you see fine girl like you? And the kind of people he's been gathering, they are very fine people. How did he find love?
Club. Like I hadn't even been to a club in like 7-8 years.
Okay. That was just a joke.
Like it's not my thing.
How did you meet your husband?
Series of events happened, and I think that year I was just praying, God, I want to get married.
Yeah.
And somebody just called me one day and said, "Do you want to get married?" I was like, "What happened?" No. And the guy said, "Would you like to get married to any of us?" I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "For real?" I was like, "Don't joke."
Don't joke.
Then introduced me,
This babe will not kill us with
and I didn't take it
Seriously.
seriously because I was like, okay, so what is going on? But and we met and started dating, but that was like
Praying, God, I want to get
too many
married.
interference,
Yeah.
and we didn't get married. And that was
Somebody
quite
just called me
devastating
one
for
day.
I
said, "Do you want to get married?" I was like, "What happened?" No.
Marry me, but okay.
And the guy said, "Would you like to get married to any of it?" I was like, "Huh? What's that?" And he was like, "For real?" I was like, "Don't joke." And then introduced me, and I didn't take it seriously because I was like, okay, so what is going on? But then we met and started dating, but there was like so many interference.
Yeah.
And we didn't get married.
Aww.
And that was quite devastating for me.
So you did fall in love with him?
Yeah, of course. I won't be here today if I didn't.
Hey, listen, we had different ages. I'm happy that you actually, there was a part where you guys actually dated and fell in love.
Well, I always promised myself that I will marry who I love. So not
So the first thing is this fact that she had a problem with a relationship. You know, that she had a problem with relationships, and that year she was determined to be married. And that's the question now is like, so it was out of desperation, like I said, and somebody now came to you, can you marry Ooni of Ife? And like, we were like, seriously, Ooni of Ife? Chepa, tell me about Bogwe, Masage Ja, money, Zazi, I am packing my load to Ife. So, is it like it was the fact that it was a name that attracted her, or, you know, because she had nobody? So for her to have said this about that, when she got there, things didn't work out the way she. And remember, they had a wife then when they met. I'm sure it was during Naomi's time, and then so.
Trust me, absolutely. We can see that.
So like, it's not like I didn't get people who say, marry me, marry me, marry me. But also, there are some values I will want in who I want to be with. And he has that. So that's why I'm here.
I'm happy. That's such good to know, and I love that, because people need to know that it wasn't something that just happened. It was something that was a process, and it's an interesting story.
No, I might get come up with you now. An interesting story, isn't it? That she in my hair self is showing chai ashiri me too. Ashiri eko ko ni too late.
It was like, for real. I was like, don't joke. And then he introduced me.
And they got married.
And I didn't take it seriously because I was like, okay, so what is going on? But then we met and started dating, but there was like so many interference.
Yeah, you can imagine JT, my hair.
And that was quite devastating.
You did fall in love with him.
I won't be here today if I didn't.
Hey, listen, we have the ranges. I'm happy that there was a part where you guys actually dated and fell in love.
Well, I always promised myself that I will marry who I love. So not take a look at me, I'm a fine girl.
Trust me, absolutely. We can see that.
So like, it's not like I didn't get people who say, marry me, marry me, marry me. But also, there are some values I will want in who I want to be with. And he has that. So that's why I'm here.
I'm happy. That's such good to know, and I love that, because people need to know that it wasn't something that just happened. It was something that was a process, and it's an interesting story.
Ele no tu alalakoba ni gbogbo yin. Ani ká má copyright má gbé video mi de shunu ni. So, like I was saying, well, she mentioned some things, and unfortunately, that one is very straightforward, and I brought it out. I did it in a way you won't believe it, I copied it in a way kò sẹ́ni tó máa mọ ibi tí mo ti jí gbé. You can either disgrace her by no, don't do that. Olurimi was out, and she spoke well, and coach ajigbeni ajigidini ó dẹ̀ wá disgrace mi sí gbogbo yẹn máa mọ ibi tí mo ti jí ẹ gbé. Ṣé ó dá bẹ́ẹ̀? Ó dá pọ́n mọ̀ ibi tí mo ti jí gbé náà. Mo ń bọ̀, màá bá yín wá jáde. Ká lè go straight. Gbogbo eléyìí videos and all that, I don't like it. That's it. I think this is the one I'm looking for. Sorry, everyone.
Philips, come and show them how to catwalk.
Okay.
This was
so
towards
how
the
she
end of the term.
started, she's going to tell us
So they were
everything.
planning to
Sorry,
have
my
Miss
darling. Okay.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now on the show is Her Royal Majesty, Queen Tobi Philips Ogunwusi.
Then she
Ogunwusi Ojaja II. We're so excited to have her on the show. Welcome to the show. Show Her Royal Majesty.
Thank you very much.
You look very queenly. Very regal.
Thank you.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So today we're just going to be talking about different things, getting to know you better, because on this show, we're women and we'd like to learn from each other's experiences.
That's true.
And when we hear of a queen like you, and we say we're a bit curious on how it is, how you started off, because I know you've been into the pageantry business for a long time.
Yes.
You've been a queen at different levels. You've been a supermodel. You've won so many awards. Let's start with your background. How did you start in Unilag? You went to Unilag. How did you get into pageantry? And how did you emerge queen? How did you go to so many pageantries and became the winners? And how has that been before you became the real queen of Ile-Ife? Let's start from the beginning. How was that for you?
Okay. In secondary school,
Yeah, any way you want to start.
I was just walking past.
Do you like her
SS3.
voice? In secondary school, I just love her voice. In secondary school, I always I like her voice. So sweet.
Class.
Okay.
And one of the seniors just said, Philips, come and show them how to catwalk.
Yeah.
This was towards the end of the term. So they were planning to have Miss Foundation. The name of the school was First Foundation Comprehensive High School. So I then just came in and did my work, and she was like, you guys should learn from her, blah, blah, blah. And she was speaking to SS2 students, and I was in GSS3.
Oh.
So she then said, do I want to join them? I was like, yeah, but I have to ask my mom. So I got home, told my mom was like, hey, she better come and change actually. All right, no problem.
That was
so
how
she gave me
started.
native outfits, then the princess dress, those things that children wear, the ball dresses and all that. So then I contested.
And you won.
And then they noticed that I tied my gilly myself.
Wow, in GSS3.
Yeah. Every other children were running around looking for their auntie or their mommy to tie their gilly
But
for
no,
them.
sincerely, she's really, really
And
pretty.
I answered my questions confidently, and I won. So I went home with an entourage. So my father was looking down the balcony and was like, hello, Shelley.
What happened to my daughter?
Yeah, and it turns out that, okay, I was Miss of secondary school. So through SS1, 2, 3, they didn't choose any other queen. Then I was head girl, whatever. Handed
So
over.
you're smart too.
Yeah, I'm book smart. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm book smart.
Wow.
If I want to be.
Right. So you're queen, beauty, and then you're head girl and brains. So then let's take us from secondary school into university.
Yeah, so I got into university that same year, and I usually would just parade the what's it called, the dorm, the hostel. Like I had a friend, God bless her soul. We would dance and catwalk
Nice.
on the corridor after class.
Oh.
So people were always like, these two, but she was on the plump side, and I was like skinny.
Yes.
So towards whole week, one of the ladies in my room said, I should contest for Miss MTH. That was the hostel, Madame Tinubu Hall, in Lag. And I was like, should I? Yeah, I will. So then they propped me up, got me a dress, like a dinner gown, a green dress. Then I called my mom for my native. She sent it to me and all that.
So you won that one, Sha, because we have plenty of questions for you. This is
Oh,
just,
yeah,
just
I won. And Helen Pope played a part in that.
Ah.
Yeah, because she gave me some pep talk prior to the
She went to
contest, and she was like, don't worry, just be confident, just do your thing, and you're going to win. And then my late friend went to my faculty, called everybody
to come and support you.
and the loudest cheer usually would get it, especially if the person is smart.
Yeah.
So like, it was a no.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So then
Let me let
I
the
won.
ladies come in here for a minute.
Yeah, so I did a bit of pageantry myself. And there was an issue most models faced at the time, which was people would judge you because you're into pageantry as dull before you even open your mouth. Did you get that kind of treatment?
I still get that till date. But sometimes people end up saying you're so unassuming. And also because I know that people will judge you, I took out time to improve myself on everything I wanted to know. So that when you eventually meet me, you know that, okay,
She's not all beauty.
yeah.
She's got
Much
brain.
more than beauty.
So I used to have this quote. In fact, I set it as an alarm for some years. Be undeniably good.
Oh, undeniable.
That's sweet.
I like that.
So I had a period of time in my life where I tried to hone my skills. I tried to improve myself on every aspect I thought I needed.
Right. Fantastic. I like that.
So let's talk about post-university and, work experience.
Okay.
You worked with the LIRS in Lagos.
Yeah.
How was that experience? And what skills would you say you took
gained.
away from that, into your present role as Olori?
Okay. So I worked at LRS for about 2 years.
LIRS.
different
I
kind
didn't
of-
know she worked there. Yeah, because my Zazie worked there too. LIRS. Oh, I'll ask him. I don't think he met her. Oh, she said okay. Queen Tobi. Wow, that's good. That's Lagos Internal Revenue, whatever. So
People,
I smile like it's bringing plenty memories back.
Yeah, it is actually.
Tell us something interesting about LIRS.
Yeah, I've met different kind of people.
good.
And my then boss, she was nice to me. She just liked me. But she's late now, Mrs. Disu.
Oh,
And-
Mrs. Disu was.
But at some point we had clashes because at first she thought I was just a doll.
Yeah, dumb blonde.
Yeah. But each time there was a task or to update some account or whatever.
Okay, so she was probably a tax
Each
expert.
time there was a task or to update some account or whatever. I just do my
well.
thing. And they're like surprised that I even submit my own reports
Earlier than the
before
rest.
some people.
Right.
So
Okay, let's get to the fun part. How did
Kabiesi
a
met you.
king spot you like as beautiful as you are? Where was he standing?
I beg
When
you.
you spotted him?
On you.
Like,
How can
don't
you
help
not
us once. I
spot
didn't ask
you?
you a question.
How can
Is
you
it
not spot you? Fine
Yes,
girl
how,
like you.
I mean, wait, was it that you went to a club, you met him, or you went to a party, you met somebody?
Yeah,
I mean,
just-
I'm wondering, where did you see fine girl like you? And the kind of people he's been gathering, they are very fine people. No?
Gathering.
How did he
a
find you?
club. Don't even club. Like
Was it good?
I hadn't even been to a club in like 7-8 years.
Okay, that was just a joke.
Like
But
it's not my thing.
how did you meet your husband?
Fine girl.
Series of events happened. I think that year I was just praying, God, I want to get married.
When I get married. Can you
And
please comment?
somebody just
now
called me
and
one
get
day.
me a comments.
They said, do you want to get married? I was
Please.
like, what happened? No.
Put a comment.
And the guy
hi,
said,
oh, lovely, she's good, she's
would you
this.
like to
Comments,
married to
please.
a new
Send
officer,
love,
like- huh? What's that? And he was like, for real, for real. I was like, don't joke. And then introduced me. And I didn't take it
Seriously. initially.
seriously because I was like, okay, so what is going on? But
Right.
then we met and started dating, but there was like so many interference
Yeah.
and we didn't get married.
Aww.
And that was quite devastating for me.
So you did fall in love with him?
Yeah, of course. I won't be here today if I didn't.
Hey, listen, we had different ranges. I'm happy that you actually, there was a part where you guys actually dated and fell in love.
Thank you. Good
Well,
job.
I always promised myself that I will marry who I love.
Thank you for
So not
comments.
take a look at me, I'm a fine girl.
That's me. Absolutely. We can see that.
So like it's not like I didn't get people who say, marry me, marry me, marry me. But also there are some values I will want in who I want to be with. And he has that. So that's why I'm here.
I'm happy. See, that's such good to know, and I love that because people need to know that it wasn't something that just happened. It was something that was a process, and it's an interesting story. We're going to dig further a bit, where we'll relax a bit and ask generally because this auntie here has been a proponent of polygamy. So we'll discuss that when we come back. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So we still have the Queen with us, Queen Tobi with us. We're talking, Busy had a question for the break. Go ahead.
Yes, so I'm curious how polygamy plays out because I've been exploring the option that what if that is a sort of panacea to the problems of cheating we have these days? Because I remember that back in the days, polygamy was what African culture practiced, except you as a man decide to just stay with one wife. But polygamy was rife and it was the culture. And that saved us the heartbreak of, catching your husband here today, going to break bottle with another woman tomorrow. You knew that if he liked somebody, he would bring the person home and you would approve. So tell me how it plays out now that you fell in love with him. How he shares the love in such a way that you're satisfied with the attention you get.
Okay, first being in this situation where there are other Oloris, I understand that he's not going to have that time every day, you know.
You.
And also, he's a busy man.
Right.
And also, I'm busy.
Right.
Apart from trying to get into the activities of being a queen,
Right.
I'm someone who's never less busy.
Right.
So I'm not a, what do they call it?
Play around.
Not that word.
Gomu wife.
Idol.
No, yeah, we can use that, Sha, but like, I'm not that type of person who would cling on to you every day. Yeah. No, I'm not the gum type of lover. So,
Right. So
Yeah.
tell us, because sorry, darling.
I wanted to, tap into the reaction of your parents.
okay.
How did they take the news that you were becoming Olori? Because that would scare, if you understand tradition.
Yeah.
Some parents would be like, it's a bigger title. Then how did they receive the fact that, polygamy was the option you chose?
My mom was a bit worried at first, but also she's like, "We are balloon shift here because we've been through quite a roller coaster ride pertaining to the relationship and all that." So,
Your dad?
Ibitori,
Were they
that's it. My
objecting
mom,
initially?
they never objected, contrary to what they wrote online.
Oh, okay.
They never objected.
Oh, fantastic. So, how is the routine like? And the reason why I'm asking is because people find polygamy so
Did
foreign.
they ask
Except for
her
people like
your
me, man.
children,
That's the
like your children or something? I want to find out that, please. I just want to be sure.
Every day, yeah. No, I'm not the gum type of lover. So,
Right. So
Yeah.
tell us, because sorry, darling.
I wanted to, tap into the reaction of your parents.
okay.
How did they take the news that you were becoming Olori? Because that would scare, if you understand tradition.
Yeah.
Some parents would be like, it's a bigger title. Then how did they receive the fact that, polygamy was the option you chose?
My mom was a bit worried at first, but also she's like, "We are balloon shift here because we've been through quite a roller coaster ride pertaining to the relationship and all that." So,
Your dad?
Ibitori,
Were they
that's it. My
objecting
mom,
initially?
they never objected, contrary to what they wrote online.
Oh, okay.
They never objected.
Oh, fantastic. So, how is the routine like? And the reason why I'm asking is because people find polygamy so foreign, except for people like me, man. Just the fact, I'm not going to exempt you because she's
because
a
I'm
monogamous relationship. You might have, but people always they always try to figure it out. Like, how do they manage 6 wives? Isn't that Mondays for you, Tuesdays for the next person? Please, like, you share it. Because when I was growing up, my father was a polygamist. So Monday through Thursday, he was in my house. Friday to Sunday, he was in my stepmother's house. So we knew the routine was very clear. So how is it in your own end, or is there a schedule? Is there a roster, or is it timetable? And so whenever you see the king,
You
that
collect.
he shows.
He collects.
That was no concern.
I
Whenever
don't
you see
think
the king, he
there's
shows
a
up. Right?
timetable or
There's no
whatever.
timetable.
So just manage our time according to.
So whenever he shows up, he shows up.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, so he chooses when to see anyone.
I don't know yet.
Aren't you afraid that could cause something in future where probably
There might be a problem with this arrangement, like the way she said it, like she's not even sure when she sees her husband. And I think that's part of the problem she had before coming into the palace. Because Kole was the palace go for a very long time. I don't know why. But I'm we or whatever. But so like the way she answered, like, I don't know. So like if I see him, I see him. Do you understand? They need a schedule. JC said they need a schedule. Yeah. So by me, marrying a king, it's more than what we do envisage. We think like Akog Yokwe. at will.
He prefers one person to.
You would care. If you're in a polygamous relationship, you wouldn't care.
No, I would care. See, if it's supposed to be equal, let it be equal. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, sorry.
Then
It's a
it's
question.
left for him to be able to manage that angle, you know.
Okay, Toby, if you had certain objections as to maybe you wanted time, and because he's a king, number one, time is not something he controls.
Yeah.
He can be in council, he can be busy, and then the other women understands that, but then you see that at this time he's not committed to even maybe emotionally seeing the women, but you're not feeling. You feel like you don't have enough of his time. How do you communicate it? Do you think you're in that kind of relationship where you can express it?
Yeah, that's where communication comes in. I'm a very outspoken person.
Clearly.
She is.
And I wouldn't be in a situation where I can talk to you and tell you how I feel without offending you.
Of course.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
One of the reasons why I really
love
was
you
excited about this conversation is because I was telling people that in Africa we put a lot of things in secrecy. When Queen died recently, a lot of information about the royal family came out, and people, the world was looking at them in admiration of what the culture, the customs, and it's important that we get to know more about the Oni, the lifestyle. It helps us to have a better understanding, so that we judge less. And we have a true understanding. So that's why we're throwing these few questions into you. So I want you to be comfortable. Now, let's talk about your future.
So what Moriah is trying to do here is to compare our own culture in Nigeria, in Yoruba land, to the happenings of Meghan here in the UK. Like we know, a lot of secrets are being set out by Meghan and her husband. The UK thing here. Well, our own is different. Manson kokunpe tiwa yato. Oníkálùkù ló ní culture wọn. Of course, Moriah is trying to get some facts out of her. Teba gets so ó fẹ́ kó open up and for her to be free, which of course every woman should be free to speak. So mo ṣá mo fẹ́ yọ yẹn jáde. Nǹkan tí Moriah ń try láti ṣe nìyẹn. Ó fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ ní pé a ní máa yọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan ní ẹnu ẹ. Ó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ jáde àṣàgùn Moriah.
You have a business you're running.
I like her.
Many polygamous homes say it's me and my children. What are the next steps for you? Are you building a business, or you're just waiting for whatever it is that comes with your position as a queen?
Okay. So first off, I'm a fashion designer. I made this dress.
You made it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Apart from being a fashion designer, Tobi, she sent something to you like you didn't get. Honestly, Yemisi Kunlipe, her body language shows she's not comfortable with the arrangement, but she has entered and has no choice. I'm sure she organized this herself, because you can't go into TVC without, having spoken with them. But no, I will question to be lady see, that's our queen. And and she had sold it to her like, we want to be talking about family, we want to be talking about having children, talk about things. And the way she answered, it's like she didn't know, she didn't know what to say. Mabo. Okay. She didn't know what to say. And she just said, like, I'm a fashion designer. Of course, she was talking about her fashion and all that, but that was not what she was trying to bring out.
Made this dress.
You made it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm also an artist, a mixed media artist, so I paint as well.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just trying to flesh out my business.
Fantastic.
QTP Luxury, made this dress.
Nice.
The fairy artist as an artist. And I'm just trying to flesh out my business and also find a way to merge it with being a queen, the responsibilities that come with that. So with time, I would establish my business in a way that suits
Who you
being
are.
queen.
Your role.
And you can hold your own.
Yeah.
But I love that, because the Oloris in the past, people never knew had businesses. They had careers. If you read African history well, the Oloris had businesses and they were known for their strength. But, they would downplay their successes because of the role that they play. So, and modernity, people started thinking, just sit proper and sit pretty as an Olori. I love that.
Yeah,
and I love
not
the
having a
dress.
schedule,
I think it's just how spectacular. It's just so beautiful.
Do you feel that he's a demigod? Or, I always feel like when the Olori, when the Oni comes in, he's the Oni of it.
Ikeji-Osha.
Ikeji-Osha.
To the gods.
Like, how do you feel in his presence? Is it like
only to the
Yeah. Have you had to learn more culture? And
she was telling us
You see, people will always say that my auntie Naomi wo Olori Naomi. Hey, tabangba olówó orí mi, ṣebí wọ́n lọ kọ́ mi láti gba ìwé mi wá. Ọkọ mi, olówó orí mi, ṣebí wọ́n lọ kọ́ mi láti gba ìwé mi wá. Ẹ̀wọ̀n eléyìí náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí i. Eléyìí náà ti ní ṣebí wọ́n ní kíní kan. Ẹ máa gbọ́. Tó lè má bàa lọ àmàràn tí kò ní lọ lórúkọ Jésù. Ẹ máa gbọ́.
Káre ò lẹ́yọ̀ọ́ ajé okùn ọ̀ni ó táyé sọ bí igbá. Ọmọláàdé, ọmọ ìbírọ̀, ọmọ àjọngbọ́dọ̀, ọmọ òsùnmẹ́rù tìkùn. That's Ọ̀jájá kejì, Kábíyèsí. So he holds that position.
Wait. Mo fẹ́ kó tún bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú. Mo bá ti ń kọ́ ọkọ mi. Olówó orí mi yẹn mi orí mi òkè nìkan.
Establish my business.
Was telling us
anytime I'm singing that song, Abiola Sago, I can see your horn. Olówó orí mi, ṣebí wá lọ́kọ mi láti gba ìwé mi wá. Ọkọ mi, olówó orí mi, ṣebí wá lọ́kọ mi láti gba ìwé mi wá. Àtúntì ní Tóbi tó bá kọ orin fún wa. Tóbi tó bá kọrin fún wa ó dà pé lè máa ń kí wa ní ẹ máa gbọ́
ìpínlẹ̀. Ó kí ọba bọ̀ ẹ́ kí ọba tán.
Ọ̀jájá fìdí ọ̀tẹ̀ jálẹ̀, ọmọ ayítítí ogun, ọmọ ẹtìrí ogun. Káre ò lẹ́yọ̀ọ́ ajé okùn ọ̀ni ó táyé sọ bí igbá. Ọmọláàdé, ọmọ ìbírọ̀, ọmọ àjọngbọ́dọ̀, ọmọ òsùnmẹ́rù tìkùn. That's Ọ̀jájá kejì, Kábíyèsí. So he holds that position because God made it possible. So,
èmi ò mọ ilé gan Ọ̀jájá kejì ọsún mi gbọ́ gbogbo tẹ́lẹ̀ ìsọ̀bọ̀ tí Naomi yẹn ó clear dáadáa. Ọkọ mi, olówó orí mi, ṣebí wọ́n lọ́kọ mi láti ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa. Okay, thank you jàre. Èèyàn kan ti dá mi lówó ní láti ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa ni ọmọ Bọ́lá. Ọkọ mi, olówó orí mi, ṣebí wọ́n lọ́kọ mi láti ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa. We missed the song badly in the palace. Wallahi. Àwọn eléyìí ò tiẹ̀ mú orin kan. Wọ́n kàn ṣáà
substance to his presence. So,
all this praise now is doing me jiggy in my body. How do you get down to the real thing? Do you start with the praises or you come to
breakfast show?
No, listen, please, calm down. Do you start with the praises?
Tobi, don't answer.
Allow her now. Or when it's that time, he becomes a human being and attends to you.
Becomes mortal.
Ọlọ́run ẹ má bínú àwọn ọmọ orin kan ó dùn mí Naomi. The only thing we missed a lot of things from our Naomi. No, for real, honestly, is it ṣé ti prophetic yẹn ni Tony? Naomi was uniquely unique. Abeg, which one is the phonetics? No, yẹn ti ẹ kọ wọ́n ti gbà tí Naomi sọ pé ìyàwó ẹ máa pọ̀ láàfin.
I'm not going to be telling you that.
Okay. Oh, wow, interesting. So, oh my goodness, I'm trying to picture the story, man. Okay, let's
talk about past time with the king. Sometimes he leaves all this, substance, the office, and is
Just
down.
himself.
How is your relationship? Does it chat? Does it play games?
Funny?
Is it funny?
Does it
What
tickle
kind of
you?
person?
Is it funny? Is it a nice
He's
guy?
actually a funny person. You should have noticed from some of the videos on social media the way he talks to people. He's friendly. Yeah. So
Tell us some about the culture. I'd like us to learn from you.
ẹ má bínú one thing tí mo like òní fún bàbá yẹn ń ṣe fàájì ó máa ń ṣeré gan tó bá ń ju jokes báyà no very funny Tantoluwa Panex, I'm not Agbaya, I'm just a singer. Ọkọ mi, olówó orí mi, ṣebí wọ́n lọ kọ́ mi láti gba ìwé mi wá. Naomi, àmì ìsìn palace. Oh. Oh. Tàbá rántí, ó dùn wá o. Tàbá rántí àwọn orin Naomi. Má tiẹ̀ jẹ́ a máa sọ́mọ́, ó yẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, má bínú. Torí ẹ tún fẹ́ jẹ́ ká
I
wà
see a lot of wearing white around him.
okay.
A lot of the wives have to wear white, is that correct? And are you allowed to wear other colors? I mean, some of us are confused. We just see them all wearing white. Is that the uniform, or is that the tradition that's supposed to be, or you can wear any color in his presence?
That's the tradition. But if you choose to wear other colors, as long as it's not really black or red, then yeah, good. Okay, but coral bead is like red, so it depends on.
Don't wear red.
Normally, I don't even like
me
red
see
because
Koli
it
Koli
washes my
shake
skin
it.
tone.
I'm surprised that the Oloris
Yeah.
stay away from red.
No. They just said
No. I'm just saying, like, Yoruba people has a thing about red and black.
So, but in his presence, you have to be white.
Not necessarily. It just depends on what choice of color you like. But white is the color of the day, anytime, any day. So, like, yeah.
Okay.
So how do you get along with other
Wives.
Yes. How is the relationship?
Are you guys friends?
Them, yeah.
You say, mommy wa, or just,
Say,
hey,
"Mommy wa."
girls.
Is there an elder? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Just to come in.
You're the
Yeah,
youngest.
I'm the youngest.
Okay, so how do you relate to the others?
Rima, I don't know.
Hey, láti gba ìwé mi wá. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká jágbáyà. Tó gbọ́ pé mi lágbáyà yẹn ló jẹ́ kí n bínú. Ó ní Àjọkẹ́ ó jágbáyà. Kí ló dé? Ṣebí wọ́n lọ kọ́ mi láti gba ìpínlẹ̀ wa. Honestly, when I think about Naomi, anyway, Emma
Chose
Bantila.
to put Ma.
Okay.
Ordinarily, I don't disrespect people because I wasn't brought up that way.
Kí ló ń tí sọ débẹ̀? Ẹ má
So-
bínú.
Ọ̀jájá fìdí ọ̀tẹ̀ jálẹ̀, ọmọ ayíkítí ogun, ọmọ ẹtìrí ogun. Káre ò lẹ́yọ̀ọ́, ajé okùn ọ̀ni, ó táyé sọ bí igbá. Ọmọláadé, ọmọ ìbírọ̀, ọmọ àjọngbọ́dọ̀, ọmọ òsùnmẹ́rù tìkùn. That's Ọ̀jájá kejì, Kábíyèsí. So he holds that position because God made it possible. So it has a substance to.
Yemisi said Naomi magnified the throne.
All this praise now is doing me jiggy in my body. How do you get down to the real thing? Do you start with the praises, or you come as you are?
Breakfast show.
BC, you're a bad child. BC, how do you ask a queen how king opens her thing? Don't do that. That's rude. How can you ask a whole queen pé ẹjọ́ báwo ni bàbá ṣe ń ṣí igbá yín? Ayé máa ní ká o. Àmọ́ pé kábíyèsí tó wá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí ni. Kábíyèsí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ mú obìnrin. Jẹjẹjẹjẹ tó bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Bàbá kọ́kọ́ kọrin fún wọn. Olórí ṣebí wọ́n láyà mi àti gbẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà wọ́n. àwọn yẹn náà bá lálẹ́ like kábíyèsí, you know I love you, you are the king of my heart, you are the ọlọ́mọ yẹn kì í gẹ̀ ó wá ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ odindi ìyàwó Ọọ̀ni pé báwo lọ ní ṣe ń là á, ṣó kọ́kọ́ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ṣó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣó máa ní àbó máa kí ló dé, báwo lẹ́yìn ṣe máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀, báwo ni ok wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀, báwo dáàdì ṣe máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀, ṣé dáàdì máa ń sọ pé mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni àbí wọ́n máa gbé gbogbo ẹ̀ sí dáàdì kan máa wọ yàrá ni wọ́n bá ṣe máa ń ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé, èmi ò mọ̀, mi ò dé ààfin rí o, bó ń kọ imagine tó bá ti kan tọ̀nù lady tá à ń sọ yìí, tó bá ti kan tọ̀nù kábíyèsí yẹn ó ti máa wà ní palace, á ti máa lọ káàkiri, á máa tẹ̀lé wọn, á máa rò pé ìwọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó kàn mí lálẹ́ yìí, ṣàbùkọ́ wọ́n ní wọ́n ní schedule, wọ́n ní wọ́n ní schedule, so á ti máa jókòó, wọ́n ní ìwọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó kàn mí lálẹ́ àdúrà wọ́n á pè àwọn ìyá olúborí sorry mọ́mísí tọ́wà ní ẹ bá mi ṣe àdúrà, ẹ bá mi ṣe àdúrà, èmi ni kó kàn ní alẹ́ yìí, àní kọ́ìn ní èmi ni kó kàn lálẹ́ yìí tó bá wá di ní alẹ́ yẹn wọ́n ti ṣe mọ̀kọ́ ti wà nínú àdúrà àti àwẹ̀ lórí pé kó kàn wọ́n wọ́n wá jókòó, wọ́n wá dúró báyìí ṣe mọ̀ chálẹ̀ tí wọ́n jìnnà síra wọn, mo sọ fún yín wọ́n pé wọ́n á lè kanlẹ̀kùn mi ní alẹ́ yìí ní orúkọ Jésù, wọ́n máa kan ilẹ̀kùn èmi Àjọkẹ́ ní alẹ́ yìí, tí kábíyèsí bá jàjà kọ tó bá ṣe pé pápápá kábíyèsí dé, àwọn amẹsẹ̀ ló kọ́kọ́ máa kọ ilẹ̀kùn, wọ́n ní ó yá ṣí ilẹ̀kùn, bàbá fẹ́ wọlé, ṣí ẹ tí wàá wò mí, ẹ máa jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí mi ṣe mo lọ ti rí ṣe àti ohun mi náà wọ́n ní ṣí ilẹ̀kùn, bàbá fẹ́ wọlé ní bàbá bá wá wọlé ní alẹ́ tí bàbá wá wọlé bàbá ní ọ̀rọ̀ àjòkó ni kí ló máa ti ẹ̀ ń ṣe é gan ni Tóbi lọ́ba aya èmi nìkan ṣoṣo, one and only olórí, and one and only olórí kí ni, don't tell me that ẹ̀wọ̀n pé tó bá ti kan kábíyèsí àti àwọn ìyàwó wọn kò sí respect mọ́, wọ́n máa yọ kábíyèsí kúrò ní wọ́n máa sọ di Adéyẹyè ní lórí kí ni, kíákíá ló máa wọ́n yọ gbogbo ẹ̀ kó kábíyèsí gan ò ní mind àdúgbò bí mo ń dún mi kábíyèsí gan ò ní mind anyway wọ́n dẹ̀ lè èmi ò mọ bá ṣe ń ṣe o èmi ò sí ń bẹ̀ o because mi ò mọ bá ṣe ń ṣe ṣá but mo ṣá mọ̀ pé kò lè respect when it comes to òṣèmí mo ṣe yẹ ọmọ àlè láti get ni irun yìí máa ń disgrace mi ó jẹ́ kí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé mò ń ta irun ni o Àjọkẹ́ ń ta irun ẹ contact mi gbogbo àwọn ohun ilẹ̀ lè ra lọ́wọ́ Àjọkẹ́ help condition Àjọkẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ má gbàgbé o don't forget to patronize CQ Beauty Havens òyìnbó wọn gan pọ̀ even náà ń jábẹ́ afẹ́ni. CQ Beauty Haven. Contact them. Mo fi irun yìí guide ọ̀rọ̀ Tóbi lọ́ba ni. Tóbi má pa tèmi jẹ́. So ibi kan ṣàlàyé mú bó ṣe máa ń ṣe ni o. So bí lady yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ question ló yẹ kí mi máa ṣàlàyé. So tí kábíyèsí bá ti wá fẹ́ wọlé, wọ́n máa wọ inú ilé. Ẹ̀rí kan tí bàbá gbé dání yẹn. Wọn ò ní gbé gbogbo ẹ̀ dání. Bàbá wọ pyjamas ni. Wọ́n wọ pyjamas, gbogbo pyjamas tá máa ń rà wá láti ìlú òyìnbó. Tá máa wọ̀ bá táwọn wo àfẹ́wọ́n lọ bá àwọn babes yìí wọ́n wọ gbogbo pyjamas ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣílẹ̀kùn wọ́n ní hi babes bàbá máa change ohun gbogbo ohun tí kábíyèsí máa ń lò yẹn kọ́ làwọn á lò gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá wọn ò ní lo gbogbo yẹn wọn gbọ́ hi honey hi sweetie hi sugar pie bàbá bá change ohun wọ́n wá di lover boy wọ́n dẹ̀ wò pé kábíyèsí ń ṣe lover ẹ má bínú bàbá mi ẹ pẹ́ láyé lórúkọ Jésù ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yìí pátápátá lè máa kó dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí n tí ọba Sólómọ́nù ò ṣe ẹ ṣe bàbá mi Ọlọ́run dúró tì yín so bàbá yẹn question tí lady yẹn bí mo yẹn ló bí ó ṣe máa bí wọn pé how do you do.
Please, calm down. Do you start with the praises?
Tobi, don't answer.
What do you mean Tobi don't answer?
Or when it's that time, he becomes a human being and attends to you.
Becomes mortal.
Becomes mortal.
I'm not going to be telling you that.
Good girl.
Tick.
Oh wow. Oh wow, interesting. so oh my goodness, I'm trying to picture the story, man. Okay, let's
Talk about past time with the king. You know, sometimes he leaves all this, substance, the office, and is
Just
down.
himself.
How is your relationship? Does he chat? Does he play games?
Funny.
Is it funny?
Does it
What
tickle
kind of
you?
person?
Is it funny? Is it a nice guy?
He's actually a funny person. You should have noticed from some of the videos on social media the way he talks to people. He's friendly. Yeah, so
Tell us some about the culture. I like us to learn from you. I see a lot of wearing white on him.
okay.
A lot of the wives have to wear white. Is that correct? And are you allowed to wear other colors? I mean, some of us are confused. We just see them all wearing white. Is that the uniform, or is that the tradition that's supposed to be, or you can wear any color in his presence?
That's the tradition. But if you choose to wear other colors, as long as it's not really black or red, then yeah, good. Okay, but coral bead is like red.
But she's
so
really, really pretty.
it depends on.
You don't wear red.
Normally, I don't even like red because it washes my skin tone.
I'm surprised that the Oloris they stay away from red.
No. They just
No. I'm just saying.
No, sincerely, Olori Tobiloba, I don't know if she's been told this. Coral beads speaks royalty. Do you understand? And we are not even, married to the king, but I am from a royal home. Ọmọ ẹṣin lókun ní Àjọkẹ́, mo máa sọ fún yín. Ẹ má rí mi fi o, ọmọ ọba ni mí o. Ọmọ ọba tó ń fọmọ ọba o. Ọmọ ọba tó ń fọmọ ọba o. Àjọkẹ́ ọmọ ọba tó ń. Okay, tí màá tẹ̀ tí fọmọ ọba. But I am from a royal home, and Cora Bates speaks about royalty. And them asking others, they notice that she's not wearing any coral on her. Now, she's saying, red. Coral is not red. Coral is not red. And apart from that, you are a queen. Auntie Tobi, a need lesson go. Our queen. We need to speak to her, Boya koto lo share any chats or interview.
Like, Yoruba people has a thing about red and black,
So, but in his presence, you have to be white.
Not necessarily. It just depends on what choice of color you like. But white is the color of the day, anytime, any day. So, yeah.
Okay. So how do you get along with other wives? Yes. How is the relationship?
Are you guys friends?
Them, yeah.
You say, mommy wa, or just, hey, girls?
Is there an elder? Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Just to come in.
Yeah.
You're the youngest.
I'm the youngest.
Okay, so how do you relate to the elder?
Nah, of course, she's the youngest, and she's the most. Okay, she's the youngest. She's beautiful. All of them are cute. They are lovely. They are beautiful. Honestly, I want Baba mi mu awon olori. Kábíyèsí o, Hosanna o, ẹ pé Jésù Kristi ọba ikú. Kábíyèsí, wọ́n wo nǹkan tó dáa. Kábíyèsí kó wọn gan ni. Wọ́n ní báwo ni wọ́n ṣe máa ń relate sí àwọn other olóries. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ, a ní àwọn ọmọ mi wá first lady tó jẹ́ ìyàwó àgbà. Mo fẹ́ wo nǹkan kan nípa kábíyèsí wa Ọ̀jájá. Ṣé age ni bàbá yẹn fi fẹ́ wọn sílé as first wife, second wife, third wife, fourth wife? Or bó ṣe wá sí life wọn? Ọ̀gá o. Torí mi ò mọ̀, gbogbo wọn fine. Ọlọ́run, ó yá.
Olori Ma, I don't know. I chose to put Ma.
Okay.
Ordinarily, I don't disrespect people because I wasn't brought up that way.
Yeah.
So I've met some of them, and we get along nicely.
Yeah. They're respectful to you.
Tobi, help.
Anyways, there's something I want to point out here. Tobi said, I met some of them. It's like the king has not done it. Emma Binu, Baba mi, Kábíyèsí wa Ọ̀jájá. Mo kúkú kéré láti sọ pé ẹ ṣe dáadáa, but what I'm trying to say is, with what one of your queens have come out to say, that she met some of them, means that she has not met all the Oloris. This is what we have been clamoring for. Bring them together. Ẹjọ́, ayé yín ò ní bàjẹ́ dá o. Bàbá wa ẹ pẹ́ láyé. Ojú yín ò rí kò ní rí bí. ẹ jèrè àwọn ọmọ yín kábíyèsí adé apẹ́ lórí bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ ìrùkọ̀ rẹ̀ á di òkìní ẹ bá wa kó gbogbo wọn together ẹ jẹ́ kó mọra wọn ẹ jẹ́ kó mọ excuse me ẹ jẹ́ kó mọra wọn. Part of what people were saying for the wedding that you should have brought them together at once. If they had come in to the palace one day, maybe they would have seen each other. But for one of them saying, I've met some of them, means that which is really, really disrespectful to Ife Kingdom and to Yoruba Kingdom itself. Kíyàwó kan sọ pé òun ò tí ì meet ìyàwó kan rí kí ló fẹ́ fà what can fà ẹ kí gbogbo wọn mọra wọn kó pàdé ara wọn kó ríra wọn ó yẹ yín sà àti àwọn tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà torí wọ́n ń bọ̀ lọ́nà o ẹ̀yin tèmi lórí prevailing issues with Àjọkẹ́ Naija Styles and Beauty Tips tí Àjọkẹ́ ti jẹ́ èké àti prevailing issues blogspot ẹ bá mi lọ sí gbogbo kíní yẹn kẹ́ follow ẹ bàbá mi Ọọ̀ni ìyàwó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà wọ́n pọ̀ dànù wọ́n pọ̀ dákú wọ́n ti sọ fún yín jẹ tàbí ẹ̀gbọ́n ni wọ́n ní I cannot do it alone wọ́n bọ̀ o ẹ̀mí ya
I have this confusion because when the Oni ascended, it seemed like he was more Christian than he was traditional. For the title that he held, which was very traditional. And you see, each of the events that are traditional events, when it now comes out, when they do the orals, sometimes they release the doves, and certain traditional rites, which have you witnessed that shocked you? Or do you just find them all easy to to be involved in? Do you have anything that you're scared of?
No, I'm not scared of anything.
Okay, so do you carry out any of them on his behalf or with him?
I have
or
just
would you?
come in officially. In just
officially
about 2
coming in.
weeks.
So I've never been to the palace.
Aren't you supposed to be in your honeymoon?
So I witnessed a few, and there's nothing to be scared of. Though generally, as Nigerians, we like to associate with Christianity and being Muslim, But Asha Baba Babawa is the tradition.
Yes.
That's
Those of
how our great-grandfathers and all that, that's how they communicate with God, through some deities and all that. And him being a traditional ruler, he cannot neglect that part. Him being a Christian, as how he was brought up, coming from a Christian background, is on the side. But now he is a king, and he has to honor, custodian of culture. He has to honor the
ancestors and all right, so let's talk about. Let me pack that for a moment because I'm really interested in your choices as a young person. You're pretty young, and a lot of young girls are looking at you and saying, okay, if another king stays, they would like to marry me. What are the things you had to contend with before making that decision? When you got that call from somebody says, do you want to get married? Are you interested in meeting the Oni and all that? What are the things that ran through your head? I want you to help explain, because there's another girl out there now thinking of not just a king, but even a polygamous relationship. A married man, a second married man, saying, has 2 wives, 3 wives, saying, I want to marry, and he's serious, and he's a polygamist. What are the things you have to contend with? What are the good, the bad, that you can help that person who's trying to make a decision on polygamy? Should they do it or should they not do it?
how polygamy.
Polygamy especially, yes.
I think an ad is coming. Oh, ads. Advertisement. Oi, makeup.
If you find that the person suits some certain criteria that are non-negotiable for you, then you go with it. I mean, ordinarily, I never imagined that I would find myself in a polygamous setting.
Okay.
But I always had some non-negotiables.
Like, just tell us. We're learning from you. Tell us.
I always had some non-negotiables, so yeah.
He has to have money. That's important. Hey, listen, don't be.
No, of course, money is important,
Right.
But you can always make money.
Yeah. Right.
But
I'm listening.
Is he
Fear of
kind?
God.
He's a kind person. I wouldn't be with somebody who isn't kind. Because my kind of person, I'm highly sensitive. So if you don't meet certain criteria, I would not be with you. That's the truth.
I wish, okay, so if those criteria are private, I would definitely like to hear
Yeah,
them.
I would like to
They're
keep them
private.
private.
Oh, that's
What
fine.
is
Don't
the
worry. During the break,
Also-
we'll ask you.
Also,
It's okay, I get it. Let me go on a break. Let me let you take a breather.
You can see
We'll come back,
that
we'll move on to another
this
segment.
poor lady, like she wasn't really prepared for this chat. And you can organize I don't know, but she must have organized it herself.
Of this questioning, we'll let you relax on this a bit and come to other things. You're such a gorgeous woman. I think you are, and
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm really happy that your beauty and brains, and I'm really happy that that you're in this set this morning. Let me go on a break. When we come back, we'll talk about other things. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So we're speaking with Queen Tobi, and we're talking about your role as a queen, your role as how you started your career. But there's a final segment I'd like us to touch on, which is confidence building. And the reason why I say that is because you exude so much confidence, right? And there are lots of young people today that are beautiful, but because of circumstances around their lives, because of circumstances they grew up in, they don't see that beauty. And and even if they're beautiful, they don't believe that they're beautiful. Number one. Number two, those who even know they are beautiful, people already assume they are dumb. They don't respect them or give them the adequate respect for who they are. That's number two. Number three, some say, oh, because you're not married, no matter how fine you are, all your successes is nothing. So you're a beautiful woman. You've been a beauty queen. You're a queen now, and you made some choices. I'd like you to let's talk about that. How do you help young people? How did you get to the point where you're so confident in yourself and able to find yourself to this point?
Okay. So I've always been quite a confident kid because my father would tell me I'm beautiful, dress me up and all that.
Oh, nice.
And I would sit in front of the mirror for hours. As a matter of fact, they thought I was really vain for a child. But, the Christian background still keeps me grounded. So even though I am vain, I wasn't wayward as
So
a
you agree
child.
you're vain?
Yeah, I know. So then at some point, getting into uni, the pressure and all that, now with social media age, confidence is not something you really see in young people because the way social media kind of flushes off, it wipes off your confidence if you don't really know who you are, or if you're not coming from a solid point. What I would like to say to young people pertaining to that is you have to remind yourself of who you are every day. If you have to write it down, if you have to say it to yourself in front of the mirror, say, I am beautiful, I am confident. Say your normal prayers because God listens. So whatever it is you really want to be, if it's for you to get more confidence, if it's for you to get richer, if it's for you to work, don't just say, I wish to be rich without working. But whatever it is you want to improve yourself on, you have to pray about it. You have to say it to yourself.
Our queen, òun náà ó máa ń kọ orin gan orúkọ yẹn pé orin ẹ̀ dàbí yẹ ọkọ mi àwọn náà máa ń kọ orin tí wọ́n lélẹ̀ orin ó dà pé èmi ò mọ bẹ bá gbọ́ èdè táwọn kọ yìí orin tí wọ́n yìí ṣé wọn pé wọ́n ti orin àǹtí náà a máa ń gbọ́ gbogbo yẹn.
Bring that here.
Kí ló dé? Ọmọ ìpálẹ̀ yìí.
Dèdè àwọn ọmọ ìkálẹ̀ jẹ́ àpimọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ jáká ṣọ̀kú. Jẹ́ màmá mú kájú jayé jayé wá padà ayé tí a hàn lẹ́yìn ọ̀la o. Dèdè wa tí a hàn lẹ́yìn ọ̀la o. Hàn lẹ́yìn ọ̀la o. Ayé tí a hàn lẹ́yìn ọ̀la o. Dèdè wa. Jílẹ̀ tòrò jílẹ̀ yọrí. Jẹ́ká wùwà ìyókò ìyóyẹlẹ.
Tantoluwa, I don't understand that language. We love her, but we don't understand what she's saying.
In front of me, you're looking into your eyes because you are who you say you are. Because even the Bible says there's power in tongue. So you have to define how you want your life to go. If you see you're lacking in some aspects, take physical measures and mental measures to improve that aspect. And then for women, they can just always take care of their skin, your hair. Those are the basic things for women, for you to look confident. Your hair, your skin. Note the kind of outfits that suits your personality or how you want people to perceive you. Then work on improving those things and see how everything about you just goes from 0 to 100.
Wow. I like that.
I love the last part. I seriously do, because I think some people don't dress to suit their personalities. You see you're dressed, but you're concerned about certain areas that you don't want to show. When you can wear something that covers it, just don't worry. Because I think when you don't have to worry then about that, your confidence will be boosted. I would like you to talk about, dating.
Okay.
How would a young girl watching today follow your
Getty and Ajoke, why are you whining about
protect themselves? Because you just shared that you're from a
crowded
background kind of upbringing, which was Christian that you had, and you were still able to date, meet people, and all of that. So, kindly share, what you'd advise.
Okay, so pertaining to dating, first, know what you want and recognize what you don't want. Yeah, so that's the only way you wouldn't just be roaming around and going from. So, as a matter of fact, while I was dating, I had a book where I'd write lists of things I like.
Like what? Now, you've been asking you to talk about
Okay, let's start with just basics. Okay, I liked height.
Tall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm tall and I don't want to be with somebody who's shorter than I am, because I like wearing heels. So that was just like a non-negotiable for me.
Ìyàwó wa Ọlọ́run ayé ti yí padà ó ti dàyé mi tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn olórí wa ti ń jáde sọ̀rọ̀ gan olórí mi ní kábíyèsí ò ga ni kí ló ń fẹ́ fi ṣe kí ló ń fẹ́ fi ara ṣe ó ní gíga yẹn lòun kọ́kọ́ wò wọ́n ní Babátúndé dára lọ́kùnrin ìṣe ló ga ogun ó ga ogun ó ní tí ò bá ṣe pé kábíyèsí mi ga ni ó dúdú ó ní àwọn obìnrin kan ẹ má sọ fún dájú wa ẹ má sọ fún dájú wa aláìka àwọn tó ga ó ní kábíyèsí lọ jẹ Tantoluwa Panox ó ní kábíyèsí lọ jẹ́ mèkúrú ní kí ló fẹ́ fi mèkúrú ṣe ọlọ́mọ bá tèmi jẹ́ tó má tiẹ̀ pè mí pé wò kábíyèsí ń wáyàwó ó lóun á ní kí mo fẹ́ fi ṣe kí ni mo fẹ́ fi tòrò má gbé ọlọ́mọ má gẹ̀rí tòrò má gbé láyé mi gbogbo ẹ̀yin náà wà ní láyé ó ní tí ò bá ti ga tí ò bá ti ẹ lọ wọ àwọn ọmọ Sunny Arẹwà tó jẹ́ ọmọ Sunny l'Amẹ́ríkà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó ga ẹ̀gbọ́n mi fine àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlátúnjí Sunny ní gbogbo Chicago wọ́n love ẹ̀gbọ́n mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe ń sọ fún yín kò sọ́mọ Sunny tí ò ga á máa ga gan èmi nìkan ló dà pé mo kú but èmi náà ní good height as a woman and then kí wá wo kí ọkùnrin kó wá bébé yóò gbádùn sorry ìyàwó mi ẹ má bínú olódìndí olórí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ jáde ó ní tí ò bá ti ga ó ní tó ń kọ́kọ́ rí ní ọ̀dọ̀ Babátúndé nìyẹn ó níjọ́ tí Babátúndé ó ní tí máa ń sọ fún wọn pé òkè níjọ́ tó ń sọ fún wọn pé mi ń wọ́kọ̀ o mò ń wọ́kọ̀ o ń gbéga mò ń wọ́kọ̀ o wọ́n ní ṣò lè fẹ́ Ọọ̀ni ó lóun gbọ́ ẹ gbà mí odindi Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ bọ́bọ́ gíga yẹn. No, don't tell me. I can meet him. Meet him. You will marry him. Bó ń ṣe dúró nìyẹn wà láì gẹ́yìí ti dúró láti pé bí 6-7 years yìí tó ti wà lórí ètò. Ayámídé máa yegun. Ọ̀rọ̀ dádì wa ò ní là ń sọ. Bí ìyàwó wa bó ṣe láwọn ti tò tí Ọlọ́run fi gba àdúrà wọn kò sí àdúrà tí àwọn ò gbà kò sí wọ́n ní àwọn wà nínú ààwẹ̀ àwọn ń gba àdúrà Ọlọ́run gbà mí Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ó ti kémi náà tiẹ̀ wọnú àwọn ifá kí ifá mú mi kí ifá mú mi kí ifá mú mi ní orúkọ Jésù kí ifá mú mi ní orúkọ Muhammed kí ifá mú mi bí ifá bí ó ṣe mú wọn nìyẹn o wàláì ifá mú o ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi bọ̀ kí ifá tó mú ó lóun ò wo anything ó lóun kọ́kọ́ máa ń wo eyes òun wọ́n wò pé báwo ni bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ṣe ga tó wọ́n ní bá ṣe ga tó ní kíní ibẹ̀ máa ṣe gan ó ní ifá yẹn gangan ó ní òun wà nínú àwẹ̀ ní ifá ṣe mú òun wàláì ó ní but òun máa ń wo nǹkan kan kóun tiẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ kó tó lè toast òun kóun tó lè gbà fún ẹ o gbọ́dọ̀ ga bí Adéwuyì àbí adé kí ló ń jẹ náà Adéwuyì náà ló ń jẹ mi tẹ mọ tó kábíyèsí wá ń jẹ but first name wọn bàbá Túndé àbí kí ló ń jẹ ẹwọn náà Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ wípé o gbọ́dọ̀ ga bí wọn honestly ká má parọ́ ká má jalè kábíyèsí dára lọ́kùnrin wọ́n mú èèyàn tẹ́ bá ń wá ọkùnrin tí wọ́n fi ń ṣàdúrà fún ọkùnrin thank you Jàre Adéyẹyẹ dára lọ́kùnrin o Adéyẹyẹ ga ó dára lọ́kùnrin o Adéyẹyẹ Ògúnwùsì Babátúndé dára lọ́kùnrin o òun ni àǹtí mi àṣé àǹtí gan ti ń dúró láti jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ọba má jẹ́ kán ti èkìtì rẹ ni kó sọ pé òun mọ̀ tán sọ fún báyìí pé àwọn ọmọ bá ní are you serious for real kíákíá ló gbà ó lóun ò tiẹ̀ sọ no òkè kò ṣàlàyé bò wà láì kò sọ no kò sọ no ẹ̀gbọ́n ni ó lóun sáré ó lóun lọ bẹ̀ ní lọ bá wọn ní ọgbẹ́ wọn lọ anyways that's past now she's our queen we are happy that she's our queen and that's what we want in all our queens so kí ni wọ́n tún sọ lọ.
Okay. Then, being God-fearing, good-looking.
God is not relative. God is very relative.
God is relative depending on how you...
Okay.
And then somebody who doesn't shut you up, somebody who helps you, makes you feel better.
Right.
You know, there are some people that when you step up with them, you feel like... I'm not really supposed to be with this person. Because, you feel better with them indoor.
So she saw all the qualities in the man she's looking for in our own name because somebody introduced her to him and she's looking for a tall man, black, tall, fine guy that has it, and then rich, famous, and then she got somebody that is God-fearing. So God-fearing man, so she saw that in him, and somebody that will not shut her up while she's out there. And we can see that Kabiesi is really doing it to all his queens. He is allowing them to speak out when they're out there. He allows them, he showcases them for people to see who they are and what they do. And even the last kini want to polowo ile tí ó ṣe pé òun ló ṣe party. So she got everything she needs in a man.
Outdoor. If you find yourself with such person, then maybe you should try to leave that relationship. Because at the end of the day, it will wear you off your confidence. It will wash off your confidence because you won't be happy to show that side of your life. And of what use is you spending time in a relationship that you're not happy to be in.
So most young girls you see now would say if he doesn't have a house, he doesn't have money, he doesn't have cars, he doesn't have businesses, I won't get involved.
Okay.
That was way different from what we had growing up. So at the time, you have to just make sure that he has potentials, and then both of you will work together to create something. But now nobody is waiting for potentials. In fact, it has to have certain things physically before you can get in. Do you think that is putting a lot of men under pressure?
Yes,
right
it is actually. but to each his own. It's simply because times have changed. You've been in a relationship with somebody and the person tells you that you're my one and only. When he leaves you, he's telling five others or three, 7 people that's for normal relationship now. It's telling them you're my one and only. So because young people already found out that this is how it is. It's like most people are just playing games. So if you're going to be spending your time with somebody in a relationship, yeah, they want something to compensate them. So that at the end of the day,
even if you walk away, at least I got something, right?
You're smiling.
I got you. Let me go on a very short break. When I come back,
God bless you. Olórí Tobi ti kí ni àwọn jẹ́ Tobi Philips náà ni. Wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún wa. Ẹ ṣàlàyé, wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún wa. Olórí Tobi ní àwọn babes wọ́n béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wọn. Wọ́n ní, what is your advice to those young girls coming up and feeling that, men cannot be trusted and, they're going into a relationship with somebody that's got nothing. So, hello. Ẹ kálẹ́ mà. Ẹ wà lórí line o. Hello. Hello ma. Ma pa kíni yín. Sorry. Ẹ má bínú ìjọ nítorí Ọlọ́run kíni tí mo ṣe yóò dé. I'm just Hello, sister Joke. Hello ma, ẹ wà lórí line o. Mo ń ṣe program lọ́wọ́. Hello ma. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó dàgbé tó pé kíní ìwà hàn ní. Sorry ma, not your fault.
Bluetooth mode.
Not your fault. Not your fault. I think it's this. Shit. Ẹ má bínú, ó dà pé torí kíní tí mò ń ṣe. Ó wà lórí kíní ni. Nǹkan tó fà á ni màá pè wọ́n padà. Mò ń ṣe. Hello ma.
Hello, ẹ kálẹ́ Sister Joke.
Ṣé lè gbọ́ mi mà? Èmi ń gbọ́ yín, à ń gbọ́ yín. A dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wọn o. Kíní wọn ni o, kíní wọn ni o, kíní mi kọ́ o, kíní wọn ni o. Ṣé wọn? Ó dà pé èmi ni mi ò kọ́kọ́ connect in the first place. Ṣé understand? So, like mo sọ, ìyàwó wa on advice àwọn ọmọ kékèké sìn, wípé ẹ mọ̀ pé life yìí le gan. Mo ń send message sí wọn ni o. So wípé life yìí le gan. Wípé ọkùnrin mi gan. There was one thing tí mo wò ní ìjẹ tàbí jẹ mi. Tí èèyàn kan sọ pé àwọn obìnrin gan ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n. Ẹni tí ò lówó tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, tó bá ti lówó tán kò wọ́n tí ẹ mọ́. Hello? Hello ma, ṣé ń gbọ́ wa? Hello? Ṣé lè gbọ́ mi? Oh gosh. Ó dẹ̀ wá ń dùn mí o. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń try gan ni láti bóyá tó bá record audio wọn àgbọ̀n tán wí. So wípé that ladies out there pé wọ́n máa suffer pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin. Tí wọ́n bá suffer pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin yẹn tán, ọkùnrin yẹn ò ní mọ̀ wọ́n mọ́. Ṣé understand? Pé ẹni tí ò lówó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú. So what's the essence of suffering with a man? Do you get me? And àwọn èèyàn ti fún wa ní instance èèyàn kan tí a mọ̀ of recent tó ń trend lọ́wọ́. Rude boy Paul Okoye and his wife, when they started out, they started together, and of course àìmọye ọkùnrin tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀. But ìyàwó wa sọ àwọn náà ní nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Wọ́n gbà wọn ò rí ẹni tó ń tòsí àwọn wọ́n ti ilé ayé yìí.
Sister Joke, ẹ kálẹ́ mà o. Ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta family nǹkan. Yeah, challenge wọ́n ṣàlẹ̀ mi jẹ́ lórí Facebook.
Okay. This is sorry, ma. We'll talk about that later. I thought this is meant for I'll talk to her later. I think it's private. Sorry about that, ma. So, one of those things, see, and so she understand. So I can
Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guests with us, and we're going to be wrapping up very soon. But there's a question that's been on my mind. So, if the Ooni of Ife decides to marry more wives, would you be okay with it?
Eh?
It's okay if that's what he wants.
Hey, John Togi Olorun eyin tèmi. Ẹ má bínú. This particular one, there was an action from our madam, the way she what are you talking about? What are you?
Don't go in there! Don't go in there!
What are you talking about? Like,
Chill then. Come on, ma. With YouTube Premium.
you know?
What he wants.
Wait.
Right. And it won't bother you.
Who won't take it?
Okay, let me ask you.
Let her answer the question now. Will it bother you?
Maybe it's... Yes, it is actually. But to each his own. It's simply because times have changed. You've been in a relationship with somebody and the person tells you that you're my one and only. When he leaves you, he's telling 5 others or 3, 7 people that's for normal relationship now. He's telling them you're my one and only. So because young people already found out that this is how it is. It's like most people are just playing games. So if you're going to be spending your time with somebody in a relationship, they want something to compensate them. So that at the end of the day,
even if you walk away, at least I got something, right?
You're smiling.
I got you. Let me go on a very short break. When I come back, final lap of this conversation, stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guests with us, and we're going to be wrapping up very soon. But there's a question that's been on my mind. So if the Ooni of Ife decides to marry more wives, would you be okay with it?
It's okay if that's what he wants.
Right. And it won't bother you.
Okay, let me ask you.
Let her answer the question now. Will it bother you?
Sincerely, with our reaction to that question, is like, what? One thing that we are all watching, I want us to know that this is a young girl. Honestly, Tobi is a young girl. Just like Naomi. I don't think, like I said, could it be out of desperation or the fact that Ooni of Ife wọ́n ló ń wá ìyàwó pé ṣó lè fẹ́ yà ó lè fẹ́ ló ṣe fẹ́? Was it out of the fact that Ooni was like looking for a wife, or she was out there, she wanted a marriage, or she was heartbroken at that time? You know, honestly, our body reaction to this question, to me, and you know, you all have your opinion about that, but to me,
maybe to some extent, but because we're humans, right? But naturally, if you know who you are.
But to say some extent, báwo ni John Togi Olorun bá ti wá jẹ́ to accept báwo to some extent báwo ni òwò náà báwọn èèyàn nílé ni. What are you talking about? To some extent owó ni. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé o máa èrò pọ̀ lẹ́yìn ẹ o. Ó dà pé Tobi tó bá mú àwọn òwò náà mọ̀ náà ẹ pọ̀ náà. Péjú yìí ń bọ̀. Péjú nìkan ni láti Canada. Èrò pọ̀ àwọn ti London gan queue àwọn ti America queue. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But you know yourself, you know. But don't be. You know I love you, babes. You know you're one of those petty babes. But then èrò pọ̀ tí wọ́n queue. Àyè ń dúró de Ifá kí Ifá olókun á sọ̀rọ̀ dayọ̀ kó sọ̀rọ̀ tí gbogbo àwa tó kù dayọ̀ ní kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́ náà ó mọ̀ bóyá Àjọkẹ́ gan dúró ọmọ go and sit down stop it.
You won't be so bothered by being in a group, kind of. You get my point? So like, you know that, okay. And also, if you have your personality outside being somebody's wife,
Right, absolutely.
you won't feel too offended. And knowing that this relationship or being in this marriage, he's a traditionalist.
Right.
He has a right to want to have many women if he chooses to. We already know that, so...
No, it's not if he chooses to. He has chosen to be a polygamist. Wallahi. Auntie Tobi. Our eyes are on you. Ojú wa wà on you. Ẹjọ́ yín tèmi, ẹ bá mi tẹ ojú wa on her. Our eyes are on you. In fact, our eyes kò ń ṣe ojú nìkan, kò ń ṣe eyes nìkan. Our eyes are on you. God bless you, Jare Tinu Ebony. If not, I will have, charged you 1,000 pounds tonight. God bless you for sharing. Please, all of you help me to share, help me to comment, help me to, send emojis. Auntie, sorry, Olori, I'm not being very rude girl. Olori me, Olori. What are you talking about? You're part of the queue. You're part of the group that came in. Part of the group, Gongon. That Queen Naomi saw. She saw all of you while you were in the palace. And I said it to you, Okwago. While she was there, you people were there. Life and direct. But because the king respected her, he didn't know how to do it. Now he said he's happier because, is able to showcase to the whole world that we've got Ekpo. We're not more Ekpo now. Tea, have a cup of tea. I'm drinking it here. Jare Fashakin Yabode. God bless you for always reminding me to take my tea. Ekpo. Our wife, our kekere wife.
I don't think it should bother.
Okay, fantastic. Right.
Someone is asking on Twitter, Honorable Ademola Alalade says, I should ask Queen Tobi that as Olori to the Oni, what is your plan for your immediate community? And how will you use your position to influence girls and women in the society?
Okay. First, because I'm a fashion designer and I'm beauty conscious, I would, once I flesh out my business, set up an academy where people can learn fashion. Apart from going to school these days, you have to learn a skill. So that's something I'm willing to contribute to the community.
Yeah.
And we're working on it. So
That's like a pet project you're going to have? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
As time goes by.
So I was going to ask before Mo cut me, because she thought I was cutting you. There are certain dramas that we've seen online. We've seen where women are uncouth. In the pain. Recently now, Oshun drama is happening with the son of the governor and his wife, who's recently decided to separate from him, calling out everything. How would you react to women who, yes, maybe marriage didn't work or relationship has failed, but when they're leaving, they want to break the table and shatter the roof?
I'm not judging anyone, but I feel like this generation is just...
Honestly, I'm not judging anyone you said. There, I give it to you, Olori Tobi Philips. He wears the shoes, knows where he pinches. Honestly, man or a woman, everybody, Lumobiti a certain town. God bless you. God bless you 1 billion times. Honestly. When it comes to Okunrin àti Obìnrin, sometimes I find it very difficult for me to come out and talk about some things. Because I'm a woman, I'm in this relationship. I know how it is. God bless you. Thank you.
Like that. But there's still some people that are not going to scatter the whole place because something didn't...
when Queen Naomi came out to speak about her own, I sincerely, honestly tell you on my platform that she needed to do that because it was already out. I, on my own, came out to talk about it. And for her to have come out to say, look, yeah, it is true. Maybe she did it in the wrong way, whatever it was. So everyone has a way of disseminating information. Do you understand? People might say, why did Naomi come out on Instagram to say her own? Maybe she felt that was the best way for her. Do you understand? So most of these people, some of our breaky news online, they've got their reason for it. Do you understand? But sincerely, we don't want any drama in the palace, Abi. Okay, let's because really I should èmi ò mọ̀ okay. Your own no.
Didn't work out. Take it in strides. There was a time where I was with Kabezi and the thing didn't work out. I just got myself together and tried to focus on me. I mean, if you're able to establish your persona outside your relationship, then you won't feel like dragging the whole house down when everything is not going well. I think that's something the youth needs to learn, that end of relationship doesn't mean the end of the world. And there are times where some friendships or relationship they're not meant to last a lifetime. They are just life-giving relationship for a certain period of time, not a lifetime kind of friendship.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me let you want to jump in here?
Yes. So, what would you tell a young woman who sees you, admires you, and wants to be like you, wants to be able to maybe land the king someday? How would you prepare them?
First, work on improving yourself on all fronts. Physical appearance, that's just a little. Your skills, your personality. When you're undeniably good, you're good. There were interferences and they would say, no, Koya.
Thank you, yeah, mommy. Ó ní kí òun tó wọ ibẹ̀ yẹn. Iṣẹ́ lòun ṣe o. Òun kọ́kọ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ sí àwọn ará òun. Gbogbo pàṣípàṣí tó wà ní gbogbo ìgbésí ayé òun lọ ṣe iṣẹ́ sí kábíyèsí o. Owó tí òun ná. So if you're not rich, don't go near the palace. Àbẹ́tí ń dùn ẹni. If you're not rich, don't go near the palace. Palace is very expensive. Wàláhì. Ó ní owó tí òun ná. Ó lóun lọ ṣe gbogbo ojú tó ti bàjẹ́. Okay, ẹ máa gbọ́. Abẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ ni. Ó lóun ná owó gan-an. You have to work on your body. You have to work on your skills. You have to work on. Nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ní ayé àtijọ́, kábíyèsí wọ́n á present obìnrin fún, wọ́n á donate naturally, wọ́n á fún ní ọmọ, kò ní sọ no, ugly, fine, àgbà. Kábíyèsí ò kì í kọ aya ayé àtijọ́. But nísìn, àwọn obìnrin strive láti wọ inú ilé. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ lo gbogbo ipò. Gbogbo ipò tó bá ní lọ́nà máa fi wọlé. Anyway, ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá máa wọ ọ̀dọ̀ ọba aládé tèmi, ẹ ṣàánú mi. Ẹ bá mi pè CQ Beauty Evans. Tó bá ní làpálàpá, tó bá ní pimples, tó bá ní knuckles tó jóná, tí ọyàn ẹ bá ti dànù, wọ́n máa help condition wa. tí ìwọ̀n ẹ̀gbọ́n bá já wọ́n máa ń ní àwọn kìntàn ń lò gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa ń ṣe tó bá fẹ́ dúdú tó fẹ́ máa dán please call CQ Havens ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí ọlọ́run ní bá dada yín jẹ́ o ẹ ṣàánú ajé o ẹ má lọ sínú palace kẹ́ lọ ní problem o ẹ pè wá CQ Beauty wọ́n tún wá ń ṣe 50% ní December yìí ó màmá tó tàn tó bá tán tí yín bàbá yín torí mi fẹ́ wàhálà kéèyàn máa pè mí pé Àjọkẹ́ 50% wá ti tán báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe báyìí kí àlè fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan yára ńgbà tó ṣíìpù kẹ́lẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ okay tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ wọlé ọba tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ di ayaba bó tẹ́ bá máa jẹ́ queen ní on your own you wanna be a queen of beauty, skin, beauty, and everything. Please don't forget to contact CQ Beauty Havens. Àwọn wọ́n wà ní www.cqbeautyhavens.com.uk. Please contact them and you can always get all your beauty products. I will always put them on Nigeria Styles and Beauty Tips. Go to the page. Please contact them. Yeah, we can be a sister. In fact, aya wa kò ní lè lọ. Kí ni aya wa mà ti kú? No. Àjọkẹ́ irun yìí tún ṣò. Irun yìí ó ṣàfẹ́ kí but anyway. My God, you can tie air condition. Àjọkẹ́. Call me for all your hair type, and I'll be there for you. Yeah,
cool. But something about your grace will speak for you.
Absolutely.
And you hold on to God too.
Right.
I don't go to church every day.
Right.
I'm saying this because I've already said something about God.
Yeah.
But when you pray and you communicate with God, grace will speak for you at every point in time.
Quickly, in addition to that, you are traditionalists by marriage right now. How do you combine traditional rites? I'm sure you're supposed to have some from time to time with the Christian God.
Well, it's all in the purity of the heart. Christianity puts a label to it that this is the way they want you to practice the religion. And now, me being married to a traditionalist does not stop me from praying to God my own way. And I can still do the traditional activities as long as you're doing whatever it is with a pure heart, without malicious intentions. And how I see it is that you're still communicating with the same God.
I have two questions because we have to wrap up soon. I have two important questions for you. You're married to a man who's had a lot of baggage. Is it baggage, first wife, second wife, the whole drama? How would you ensure that you don't become baggage or some kind of story? How are you confident that you also not be one of those, she left though, this thing happened though, something happened though? That's one. Secondly, cooking. You cook, and you cook for him. And if you cook for him, what does he like to eat the most?
Okay. Oluwa ló ń fi fúnni. God gives. So, if you say, how would you ensure that you wouldn't leave, blah, blah, blah? It all depends on your determination in life or what you hold dear.
Let me rephrase that, Queen. There's a word BC always use. What's that thing we use? That phrase we use? That thing that you're limiting marriage. That thing.
Your red flags?
Your red flag or your... There's a phrase you used to use.
Okay.
What's that thing that he does? And you're like, you know what? That's it. The deal breaker. Deal breaker.
Oh, your deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
Normally, my own deal breaker will be, don't ever lay your hands on me.
Okay.
Like, if that happens, it's over.
That's it. Okay.
And he's not that kind of person. Okay. So, and also, if you have a relationship where you can communicate, these are the things I like, these are the things I know, and you respect each other, you guys will not get to the point where you're clashing, because when something is happening, you can easily call your husband and say, I don't like this. Husband can easily call wife and say, I don't like this.
Fantastic. We have just 30 seconds. food that your husband likes to eat? Do you even cook at all? It's just the maids that cook.
Káàdì fẹ́ mọ oúnjẹ tí
Him or just for
kábíyèsí
yourself?
wa èmi kò gbà kó sọ.
I cook for myself. I'm a fantastic cook, but he has a chef.
He has a chef. Okay, so you don't cook for him?
No.
Oh, you should. Okay, but he has tasted your food before.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Anyways. Ayé mà nìka o. Anyways, kábíyèsí, ìwọ̀n yìí náà tún gbèrè. Anyway, ẹ ṣáà help condition Àjọkẹ́. Ẹ ra ohun yìí, ẹ ra ohun tó bá fẹ́ ra ohun contact Àjọkẹ́. Anyways, we watched Olori Tobi's interview, and whatever your opinion is, please send it to me and we can work on it. We love Olori. We love her like comments. Comment. Thank you, ma. Thank you, Kulupe. Comment. Everybody, help me to comment, help me to send emojis, help me. One love. You don't need to know how to cook to marry or whatever. But what she was trying to say, you want to marry a married man, you have to sell yourself. Like, you have to sell what you have to him. It's like going for job employment. You need to sell yourself. So, my darling Olori Tobi, like I said in the beginning when I started the program, it was like people sent messages about her talking about somebody sending messages to her, show the funny, like she was in desperation of having a husband. And then apart from that, a lot of things that they brought out, should the Toba ma and all of those things. Anyways, if you watch from the beginning, you will understand what I'm saying. But one thing, Timo Komonikwe, what would be would be. What would be would be. And you, our wife, we love you. You are now a queen of the first monarch of Yoruba land. Please respect yourself. Even when they call you for interview, get prepared. You were not prepared for this. I think this is now becoming a show of who is doing it first. Olori, what's her name again that came on TVC first? Ronke came in to talk about Moremi Ajantoro, and that's was applauded because of what she came in for. So don't just come into any program to be ridiculed. Honestly, you were not ridiculed on this, and I hold on to it. I love you so much, and I think everyone loves you here. There's no Ademuluyi, thank you, ma. There's no one that would ever talk down any of our queens here. We love you. But please, get prepared for your next interview. It's not about beauty alone. It's about what you've got to offer all, in the community, for community and Yoruba land as a whole. We love you. You're so beautiful, brainy, and everything. Tamamaru. We love you. Good night, everybody. Ajoke is actually tired.